Hi, and welcome to Three Questions With. Got my buddy Rod with us from Merrimack Valley Wi-Fi Pros. Hey, Rod, welcome to the show.
Yeah, thank you, Kevin. Glad to be here.
So, Rod, I actually come on the show today because I want to talk about home security from my Wi-Fi. We were joking before the show. We have the days my wife and I work at home, and you're like, is the whole neighborhood on my Wi-Fi today? Even though I know I have it locked down, there's just days it crawls, and this is the first thing we think, like, oh, what's going on? There's something on my Wi-Fi. We probably need to put some good security in if you don't have some.
Yes, I think it's important to realize that Wi-Fi, having your Wi-Fi set up securely is important because everybody does banking from their home computer. You know, you go online, you do it from your home computer, you do it from your phone when you're at your home, right? Or maybe maybe you have personal info, like you've made up your will. It's for sure stored in a PDF file on your home computer because your lawyer emailed it back to you. You know, there's just all kinds of information available on your home network. Everybody has, not everybody, but almost everybody has a password file sitting on their computer, likely called passwords, right? So if you can just find this information, you get access to all kinds of stuff in people's personal lives. And so it's really important to make sure your home Wi-Fi is secure. And you know, everyone should do that.
So how do we do it then, Rod? We know we should. How do we do it?
Yeah, there are a lot of things you can do, but there are some best practices. And I'll just give you the sort of the top 3 things you should do, and they're easy to do. A first one is put a password on your router. Nobody does it. Everyone should. Well, I shouldn't say there is a password on your router. You got from Comcast, you got the Comcast Xfinity Gateway. Yeah. It's got the same password on it that everyone else in your neighborhood's router has. I happen to know. I know because I've installed a zillion Wi-Fi systems, and the first thing I do is log into the router because I have to do things like I got to turn off the Wi-Fi in that device for the new devices to get a much better Wi-Fi. So I know what the password is. It's the same on every one of those devices. Nobody ever changes that. Yeah, and you know, once you have that, you can, you know, if you're nefarious, you can open up ports. You can allow all kinds of traffic in. You can just open up the floodgates to anything to come into your network. So first thing you got to do, change the password on your router. Second thing is you should use a guest network. This is, you know, some people do it, but it's really important because while you trust your friends, they come to your home, your buddies with them, and you should trust them, but you shouldn't trust their phones. Their phones have been everywhere. They've been on every free Wi-Fi in the country that they've come in contact with. And so, and there are actually people that are on those networks that, you know, try to plant things on phones when that's the case. And so, you know, that's just one aspect of it. You know, when they come into your home, that's nothing. But your kid's game console, they're downloading games. You don't know where your kids go on the internet when they're playing games, right? And they don't know who they're playing with. They're playing with a whole bunch of people from Russia, North Korea, you know, China, wherever they're, you know, you don't know where they are. And then you have work. I talked about this last time. Work is something to worry about as well, because when you connect over a VPN to your work. Everybody does it. And work has access to your entire network through that computer. So when you put your work computer on your home network and connect to work, they can see your whole network. So you can fix all that easily by using a guest network. Put your kids' game consoles on the guest network, give the password to your guest network to your friends. And when you have your work computer at home, put that on the guest network. It works. It's the same network as your other Wi-Fi. It's just has guardrails around it that only allow it to go to the internet. So it protects the rest of the devices in your home. And then the third thing is disable remote management and ping commands. So remote management, if you haven't set a password on your router and you've allowed remote management, well, you're a piece of cake. I can own you in no time. And ping is a way to discover devices. If you remember the movie The Hunt for Red October, where Sean Connery says one ping only, please, to one of his crewmates. and they're sending out a little sonar blurb, right? Little radar beep that bounces off the sub and comes back. Well, it's the same. Every computer has a ping command, and it's the same thing. You send a single packet to another computer's address, and it responds back with an answer. You say hi, and it says hi back. Well, that just tells me that there's a device at that address. Well, if there's a device there, I wonder what it is. Now I can start the exploration, and I can go and look and figure out what kind of device it is. There are a lot of techniques for doing that. But if it's not there, if it doesn't show up, I skip over it, right? And so those are 3 easy things you can do to really protect your home network. And they make a big difference.
So Rod, I always get nervous when I have a situation and whoever wants to fix it wants to remote in. I got to admit, I kind of shake a little bit. And if I don't know the person, I'm like, forget it. I'd rather have the problem than let you remote in. Yep. Because again, I don't know if they're going to put something on there that's going to give them access. The next thing I know, they're downloading everything off of my laptop.
Yes. That's a real concern. Yes, you should be concerned. Because invariably, when you give them that remote capability, they do actually have to put some piece of software on your computer in order to allow it to work properly, or they take advantage of some software that's already there. But once you've opened it up, unless you truly trust this person, they easily could drop something on your computer and then own you, essentially. They can own your computer. They can see all the information on it. It is something to be concerned about. And so you really want to build these boundaries around all your personal information. And I have a blog up on my website where I give you 9 easy steps to really improve the security of your home Wi-Fi. And I think anyone can do them. They're not hard to do. And I think everyone should do them to make sure that they are, they're as safe as they can be.
So what is the site? How can we get those?
Okay, so that's on my my website. It's www.mvwifipros.com. And right up on the top banner, you'll see a link to blog, and go down there. And I've got a few different blog articles. One of them deals with security of your home network.
So Rod, how about people who are listening, watching, and they're like, I can't do it, Rod. Some people just don't want to touch anything because then they're calling you and go, what did you do, Kev? I don't remember, Rod. I just clicked a lot of buttons. I've been that person, and I've been on the receiving call of that. I just hit a lot of buttons, and then you're like, I can't get on the internet. I can't get anything. So if someone doesn't want to do it themselves, can you help them?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I can go and I can I can run through and take care of that for them. No problem. I mean, it really, it all comes down to what you're confident in doing, right? If you don't know network and you don't know security, computer security, you aren't confident that what you're doing is the right thing. And so, and if something, and if you do click the wrong button and suddenly you can't access stuff, then you're like, I'm going to just open it all up again. And that's, and that's not the right thing to do. So if you're having trouble, yeah, absolutely. If you're not confident, just give me a call. I'll take care of it for you. I won't do it remotely. I'll show up at your house.
I was going to say that. You got to remote in, right? Chuckle.
I'll show up at your house, and you'll be sitting there with me, and we'll go through it and tighten everything up for you.
So what's the best way to reach out to you to learn more, Rod?
So you can actually schedule an appointment right off my website at www.mvwifipros.com, or you can give me a call at 978-577-5884.
Rod, I appreciate you taking a few minutes to call into the show. And as always, thanks for being my friend.
Sure thing, Kevin.